And we're back with another video from a Republican's point of view on politics. Been a while. I ain't put a video out in a little while. You know how life gets sometimes. But, wow. It's a lot going on out there. Oh, man. Politics have blown up hugely. The Don is in the office. The Don is in there doing things that people can't do. Other presidents, 4 years, none of that. 4 days, got it all done. 1, 2, 3. You gotta admit, man, the man's got skills. The man knows what he's doing, and the man is a true leader of a country versus the fake leaders, which look at the situation they put us in for 4 years. But either way, I am so happy everything has turned out the way it's turned out. One of the biggest things in my past videos I used to always worry about was those people in North Carolina and all that. And I finally see the videos that he's out there, he's talked to them, he's moved them into fully furnished apartments. He's done. Now that is what a president does. That is a president and a leader. All right? That's a president of the people, for the people. That's the difference. So now that all this is all said and done, there's a lot of other things going on. A lot of other things. The left is going buck wild, out there making up lies, stories, this, that, and the other. Now they got people out there on the left doing videos or making videos, looking at the eggs, talking about, damn, president got into office and still the eggs are $6. Damn, president got into office and the milk is still $7.50. Well, that's nice. You know why? Because that, at least that gets to admit that the people that they love so much and wanted in power are the ones that caused all that. Look at California right away. Unlike what happened with North Carolina, and they left those people there. President Trump right away is going to deal with that as well. All he wants is what's necessary. That water, whereas that damage wouldn't have been that bad. And the voter ID, so that the criminal influences of elections are not there. That's it. That's it. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary, just simple stuff that everybody else in every other country has, right? So now we got all these people. I was watching a video of a guy, he was like, I ain't going back to Haiti. No, I ain't going back to Haiti. That ain't happening. Oh, it's happening, homeboy. You going back to Haiti. You might be there already. People out here got, the left pumped these people up to believe that they were above the law, that they were never going to have to face justice. And that was all a lie. And again, in my past videos, I told a few times to the youngsters, stop threatening presidents and talking dumb shit online. What happened? A couple of them already been arrested. See? Because that's just the way it is. It's not that they're picking on them. It's the way it's always been. You know? The rule of law has always been that way, and you just can't run around lawless. The problem with being lawless is that you can't have a civil society if there's no laws. You know what I mean? You can't have that. That will not exist. It's non-existence. Why do you think that some places around the world are like the way they are? There's a reason for that. As far as what's going to happen with these politicians now, it's a lot of them. They're in a big trouble, man. These dudes are in big, big trouble. A lot of these dudes are committing treason, women and all. They've done a lot of bad things, and these things are about to come to the light. And Joe Biden's pardons, already a judge is talking about, And I kind of figured out, and I've said this in many conversations back and forth with people. How do you get a pardon when you haven't even been convicted or even charged with anything? What kind of bullshit is that? But he tried to do a real big outreach, before he was out of office. Fauci, You're in it, brother. You're in it big time. Oh, you're definitely in it. You even want other leaders from around the world wanting you to be over there so he can deal with you. Oh yeah, you became the enemy of the world real quick here, my friend. And those globalist friends of yours ain't gonna help you because they ain't gonna be able to help themselves when the shit hits the fan. And these guys all over money and everything else. And I can't believe the audacity of Fauci. Oh, they're gonna take my security. Security? Who are you? You're nothing but a genocidal maniac. Why would anybody want to protect you? You're responsible for a lot of death. You are responsible for a lot of deaths around the world, my friend. And you're not getting away with that. There is no way. There is no way. Even when they started with the pardons, I was like, nope, absolutely not. Doesn't matter what pardon they got or what they gave you. No. You committed those crimes, you're going to pay the price. Bill Gates, same thing. Bill Gates running around, I want to go to Trump, I want to go to Mar-a-Lago. Nah, you ain't talking your way out of that. There's no way. There ain't enough money in the world. You ain't coming off of that. Nope. You people did a lot of bad things, and you're going to have to face the music like everybody else. This is where you learn that money has its limits. And this right here with Fauci and Bill Gates and all that, and these globalists, you're going to see this proven. You're going to watch this happen. So, Trump's on the loose, baby. Like a roaring lion all over the place. Oh my God. I am just so taken back by the amazement of the left, how they can't believe what's happening right now, or that Trump had won that election. They're still wondering why. And still, the mainstream media still out there lying, still. And even though they only got about 12 viewers now, they're still out there lying. They don't even care. They just keep going with it as if this still, don't give up, it's going to change. No, it's not going to change. Your guys' days came and gone. Mainstream media is something of the past now. And that is just dead in the water. And why? Because we as a people figured out real quick that that can be controlled. And it's been controlled for years. The narratives and everything else. And the crazy part is, the minute you watch one channel say, and it's a conspiracy. If you watch all the other channels, they'll all say exactly the same words. It's a program. It's all it is. And still today. But what are you going to do, right? I am just glad that our country's back. You know, you got all these people out here talking still, they don't get it. They don't get it. But some of these people got brainwashed so hard that there ain't no way that you're going to change those minds again. And that was where the globalists thought that everybody was going to go down that road. And they were wrong. They were very wrong. They were already trying to start another pandemic with the bird flu. Nope. The brakes was put on that real quick. People don't want to hear that anymore. Nobody wants to hear that crap anymore. And there's plenty of people out there, plenty of real doctors, PhDs, people that have worked with bioweapons and everything else out there with videos claiming that all of this was a bioweapon. And you know what? I have gotten one of my videos knocked down because I said this before. And there you are, the real proof of the real doctors and a person that says that he used to work for the government and get sent in there to find out if a bioweapon was used. And if that same guy is saying that a bioweapon was released on humanity, it's the truth. And I don't care what YouTube says, and I don't care what these fact checkers say. There's plenty of proof out here and videos of highly respected people that have claimed this and say that these are facts and these things cannot be denied. And he said it in front of a whole world association of people. And still these fact checkers in YouTube out here talking about that's not true. Holy shit, dude. How impossible and how ridiculous can you be? How can you do that? You know, the videos are out there. They're right on YouTube. The guy's saying it straight out. Oh, yeah, well, you know, but that's the thing, we were all censored, and this is how this got so far. This is how so many people died because of this, because of the censoring. The censoring is what caused most of that death around our world, in my opinion, which is my opinion. Because if it wasn't for the censoring and people were more alert and people had the opportunity to listen to the other points of view that were being censored out and quieted and deleted and all this other shit, if all that shit didn't happen, other people maybe wouldn't have done what they did. But they did because all the facts were shut down by a movement of crime. And so many people paid with their lives over that. That's not, that's not something we could just overlook. Not at all. Look at what's his name? Zuckerberg talking about, oh, I'm not going to do that no more. Dude, save it. He was even on Joe Rogan copping a plea. No. Listen, you showed your true colors when you chose corruption. And so have many other platforms that have chosen corruption to censor, to hold people down, to not let people's voices heard. All of you people are all part of that cabal. All of you. But that's okay. We got to see. We as a people and as a country and as a humanity all around the world got to see who are the ones that are involved with this movement of destruction. We figured it out. We got to see it. It's just like the people in Washington. Oh, we ain't done nothing. We've done nothing wrong. We haven't done anything. But let me get a pardon real quick, just in case. I mean, isn't that just like common sense? If they need a pardon, they did something wrong. And it doesn't anybody, I mean, I know that for some people that is a difficult task to understand something like that common sense is just not so common, but it is a real simple thing, right? Why the hell would I need a pardon for anything if I haven't done anything? So Joe Biden was smooth. Joe Biden, before he left that door, he offered pardons to everybody, and everybody that took it, now you're guilty of sin. Done. Talking about a setup. Oof. I'm telling you. And these common sense things, who knows? My video might get knocked down for this too. Unbelievable. But anyway, the bottom line is we're moving along. Things are changing. Things are getting better. We need to start pushing our government to convict these people and not give them a chance. No way. Have your day in court and that's it. Be done with this. This should never happen again, ever, in our country. And the only way for it not to happen again is if there's consequences. And if people get convicted for the crimes that they've done. Not every politician in Washington, no matter how much money the elitists will offer, will want to go to prison or be convicted by the Constitution, the land, the law of the land. Once they see that kind of thing happening, the elitists have no power. It's over. Lobbyists, done. Everything's done. That's how you handle that. There's no complicated answer to that. That's how you take the power away from people that have money when their money becomes useless, because that's all they have. They have nothing else. So when you want to take care of that, that's what you do. You crush them. That's simple. All these people that were all pumped up, chest out, all this other stuff, all of them, chest deflated, shrunk right down to nobodies, including the billionaires and the elitists. All this thing with the WEF, You're going to eat bugs. We're going to take your stuff and you're going to be happy. Oh, YouTube and them got no problems putting those videos out there. But someone threatening humanity, not a problem with that. But don't you, as an American, have something to say against that? Because now you are a liar. You are all about misinformation, disinformation, and every other name they gave us for everything that we had to say. Right? Well, the world now has changed. And the thing is, we have to keep in mind here that the reason why convictions have to happen is because Trump will not be president forever. We have 4 years to make that happen. Put these people away, convict them, no matter who they are. If they're CEOs, whoever they are, if they run platforms that are corrupted, lock them all down. Just do it. If they violated the Constitution and took away our rights of free speech, lock them down. Shut their crap down. Don't play games with these people. That's the only way you'll make sure that this doesn't happen again after Trump. Which hopefully at that point Vance jumps in for another 4 years, and maybe DeSantis too. Whatever. The point is, we just gotta set a precedence. A way that the people understand that if you come here with your criminality and your criminal mind, it's going to be the end of you. And that's it. And once that message gets put through, case closed. No more problems. Look at what's happening in the state that I live in right now. So the light company is in bed with the government and the government with them. So now what happens is this. Now all of a sudden, look how far this corruption got in governing bodies, state and federal. So now look at the way things work. So you get a light bill for $600 for an apartment, right? And then you find out that $300 is what you actually consumed as a consumer, right? And then I find out that the other $300 is, now watch this, this is real stuff, this is really happening in my state. The government want $168 or $178 of that is them using the light company to embezzle money from the customers for them. So $178 of that, $600, is money that they want back because of the money they lost during COVID lockdown. I didn't lock this state down. You locked it down with your fear-mongering and your bullshit. That's not my problem, right? But wait. So during these pandemics, bullshit pandemics, when this kind of thing happens, this is the reason why we as citizens pay state taxes to take care of these problems. And then not only that, but when the pandemic hit, the federal government also, from our federal tax dollar on top of that, okay, gave states billions of dollars, right? But it wasn't enough for the state that I live in. So they took all that, and now they're strong-arming the citizens of this state and want money based on how many kilowatts you use. Now, you see Elon there with that Doge? This is the fraud shit that you got to investigate right here. This criminality between state and private entities being friends. And when they are, this is what happens to us. So basically, in this state that I live in, we don't have representation. Government doesn't represent us. They're in bed with corporate people, right? Now listen to this. So another $48 or whatever is for those that don't feel like working or just don't care to. So if they can't afford the light bill, I have to pay for that. So $48 of that. So not only do I have to pay my light bill, now the government is forcing me to pay someone else's bills. On emotion, right? So, and then on top of that, now the light company itself is charging delivery fees. Now watch this. Here's a delivery fee for you. So if you order propane and the propane don't come to your house, do you pay? Of course we don't pay. You know why we don't pay? Because we didn't get the goods. So now they found out that in this state, if the government and them are together and friends, then there's no worry about anyone saying anything, and we can get away with this crime, right? So now what the light company is doing is charging you delivery, and the first time they did it, nobody said much. Now they're raising it up maybe by the third time now. And involved in that fee, just in case a light pole falls down or a wire falls down, then that's what they use the money for. So basically what's happening is this. Not to mention that they even got commercials that they play that we, the consumers, have to pay for their commercials too. Now, if anybody out there can literally tell me that this ain't crime in the open, come on. You have to be really out there not to realize that this right here is one of the biggest crimes being pulled on the citizens of this state. So now an American, we as Americans have to pay, not only do we pay our federal tax and state taxes, but we also have to pay special funds for COVID lockdowns from our money. So the taxes, and I live in one of the top 3 highest state taxes. One of the top 3 states with the highest taxes is what I meant to say, sorry. But that ain't enough. So now, not only is that enough, now I am being forced that I have to pay for other people's bills, and the icing on the cake, I gotta pay the light company their cost of being in business. Right? So a lot of videos get made and a lot of people see them and they, oh yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. No, this is really happening here in my state, in the state of Connecticut. Know it. And this crime right here, this is huge. This is a big time deal right here. So basically, the utility makes a big cut of it and operates their business on the cost and on the dime of the taxpayer. And the state is also getting another cut on their embezzling, whatever the hell they're doing, right? Through this private company. Because the state wasn't going to come out and come after me and say, hey, I want you to pay me $200 X in that part of the cost because of the COVID lockdown. That part right there, that part is based on kilowatts. So the more kilowatts you use, the more they're going to take from you. Now, this is what you call legal robbery. There's no difference in this state, the representatives of this state, between them and a bank robber. One wears a hoodie and the other one wears a tie, but they're both stealing. They're stealing. One is stealing legally and using a tie, and the other one just the same. There's no difference. So you know what, Elon? If they want to investigate that. These people here, they need the Fed to come down here into this state and come in here deep and come in here big and rock this state. And the electric company here, Eversource, rock these bastards real hard. Come in strong. And let's find out if what I'm telling you isn't true. You bring the Fed down here, now that Trump is in office, and this ain't a criminal element anymore or a criminal enterprise starting from Washington down, and now that this is being straightened out, I know the states do what they want to do and do their own thing, but stealing is stealing. And it doesn't matter what level you're on, the Fed should be on top of that. And you need to get the feds out here and rock this and understand that these people are stealing money from its people. And we're about had it with them. Here's the best part. These kind of states like this, like for instance, I'm gone. 4 years, retired, I'm out. I'm getting out. I'm getting out early and I'm getting out of this state because of this right here. And then what is going to happen? Most people with a brain always leave these kind of states. And what happens to these states? They just become welfare states and they go down. And everything is over. And the light company and all of them, they can go down with this ship. Don't try to move your company nowhere else. Keep it right here and die with it. Because this is what you deserve for being such bastards and such thieves. You know, this is the bullshit that's going on with government. And you want me to respect you? Get the fuck. There ain't no fucking way I'm going to respect anybody like that. That's not happening now or never. This ain't legal anymore. This is just crime after crime, one after the other, nonstop. And this is where we're at. Blumenthal, he's the representative of Connecticut. You can forget him. He's on the left and he don't give a shit. And he knows all this is happening. Who knows? He might be getting a cut from it too. But you know what? I'm telling you, I'm pleading with the federal government. You need to come down here and crash this state and figure it out. These people have a whole mafia thing going on here. And people are being straight out robbed for their money. And it has to stop. It has to stop. Anyway, getting back to our everyday politics in Washington, I think we're going to be all right for a little while at least. And like I said, I think that if the minute the convictions begin with government officials, that's going to end this charade forever in our country. It's going to end it, and this is going to stop. It'll stop. But we need to get this under control. From all corners. I don't care if the state that I'm living is a Democratic state. I don't give a shit about that. I want the corruption to go down. I want the corruption to go to prison. That's what I want. I want it all to end. And the only way to end it is to put these people in prison. Take the players out. Take the corruption out. Carve it out. Carve it out big time. It's the only way to do it. It's the only way to do it. There's no way around it. You're never going to stop people from being bought to do crime. But if the sentences are so severe, no one's going to want to take that money. So it doesn't matter if a globalist offer $1 billion to a congressman to do something, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Because they know what's going to happen to them when they get caught. It's just like right now. See how they're all pleading right now? They were all a bunch of tough bad boys, huh? They were all tough guys until this happened. Now, help me. Now ain't nobody helping you anything. There is none of that. These people need military tribunals, and these people need to go down real hard. And I ain't talking about put them in a country club. Drop them off in Lompoc over there in California. Drop them off in there. You know what I mean? Let them feel what they've done to this world and to the people, the countless people that have been murdered because of them. Because that's what it is, murder, genocide. Yeah. Everybody with common sense. The videos are millions and millions of videos of people out there every day. And I'm not just talking about your average Joe. I'm talking about PhDs. I'm talking about world-renowned scientists. I'm talking about real people that are out here telling you what has happened to you and what they've done to you. All right? So, and here is this guy, running around still talking nonsense about other things like, here we go with another bird flu, talking about, oh, we got another vaccine. Shit, I'll be damned. Shame on them the first time, but shame on us the second. I can promise you that. And then I have to pay for the lockdown because it was my call to shut down the state, being a coward. Everybody's scared to death running because they think that, one thing about people is this: people are delusional. People believe that they have control about anything. The truth of the matter is you don't have control of anything. You just think you do. You're alive today because God said so. And you could be dead a minute from now because God said so. And there ain't enough vaccine shots and disease in the world that's going to stop that day. No one is going to be. People say all the time, oh, you only live once. Actually, no. You live every day. You die once. But that death, inevitable for everyone. Learn to deal with it. It's part of life. We're all going to die. There's no way around that shit. How we're going to die, nobody knows. But with one thing's for sure, we're all going to die. And you could take 60,000 vaccines. Your day is coming. Your day comes. End the story. End the story. Even those globalists that have all that money, when their day come, they're gone. And there ain't nothing they could do about it. Ain't enough money on this planet to save you from that day. So stop being a coward. Grow up and know that that's just the way things are. It's good to be safe. It's good to practice, safe methods and how you do things and safety equipment and this and that at work and everything else. But even with all that, if that day is your day, ain't enough safety equipment to save you from that. So get used to it and you'll be better off instead of being a coward, scared all the time about what's going to happen, what isn't going to happen. That's not in your control. Stop trying to worry about it. Yesterday, we learned from those lessons. We can't go back there. We can't do anything. Tomorrow is not even promised to you. You don't even know if you're going to be alive tomorrow. So why don't you just live in the present and stop worrying about yesterday and tomorrow? Maybe you'll have a better peace of mind to yourself. Stop being a coward and worried about dying. We're all going to die. No one gets past that one. Nobody. So, switching gears real quick. My fellow Americans, 1,500 deep, free as a bird. J6ers, free as a bird. Now, let's talk about that. So, this Cheney and this whole board, this whole committee, destroying evidence and everything else, right? So what are we saying here? That they ain't going to jail? If I can go to jail for destroying evidence, so will they. And this is what I mean. Pressure the government to put these people away for their crimes. Now, also, we got to see a lot of the videos that they were hiding because they knew that these videos were going to tell the truth and the story. You notice how those Capitol Police opened fire real quick with those canisters and everything, and even popped the guy in the side of his face and everything and busted out. You can see his teeth and everything out of the side of his face. So the people there are in protest, and you open fire, and you think that the people are just going to stand there and take that shit from you? Law enforcement or not, that's not the way things are done. You don't go pushing on a people like that and expect them to be just, oh, that's okay. You can shoot me with whatever you want, bean bags, this, that, pepper spray. You can do all that without a problem. No, it's not the way it works. Not the way it works. So you incited that riot by following the lead and the direction of the corruption in Washington. And that Nancy Pelosi, holy shit, that lady has to go to jail. And don't wait till she's dead neither. Do it now. Inside trading, we know it's like that. She's the one that led that. There's videos of her own daughter saying it. All the evidence in the world is out there. All of this. And then every participant in it, lock them up too. And especially the ones, the Capitol cops that were part of that crap. Because they were part of this problem. The FBI agents that were in that crowd, over 200 of them. Them people ain't FBI. Them people are not law enforcement. They're just common thugs. Lock them up. What's the problem? What are we waiting for? Let's just get it going. Here, let's move it on. Move it along. Get it done. That's the bottom line. We're not playing these stupid games with these idiots anymore. You know what I mean? It's just not the way it is, and not the way things are supposed to work. You can't just convict one side and not the other, especially the side that didn't do shit. And that's why those pardons happened. The president knew the truth and knew what was going on, and knew exactly what they did, and knows the setup that they did. All of it. He knows. He ain't stupid. Once you got that kind of clearance and status, you know a lot of things that people don't know. These files that are going to be released, JFK and all that, let me see, before we even get into it. The government killed JFK. Let me see, before we get into that. Martin Luther King, assassinated by the corruption in government. Let's see, and so forth, on and on and on and on. There you go. 2 Kennedys, gone. Oh yeah, he got shot by a building, and the head went back, and the head went sideways, and the head went forward. All these motions from the magical bullet that everybody knew then. And you know what people said? The same bullshit they say now. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. No, that's common sense. That's knowing the truth and not being dumb. All right? So when all these things come out, you're going to figure out what we've known. I've known this since I caught interest in politics. I knew that Kennedy was assassinated, and still today, there you are. They almost try to assassinate a president in 2024. Still with the same shit that never ends. So how do you end it? You get rid of them. That's it. That's it. I'm telling you, if you don't put these people in prison, if you don't convict them, if you don't put them on death row, whatever you have to do for the crimes that they pulled, I personally rather they be convicted, especially the federal, anyone in government. My wish is that they convict them according to the law of the land, the Constitution, and when they're caught, found out guilty for treason, I want it to be done exactly the way the Constitution says. And I bet you $1,000,000 to 1, you will never catch another politician playing foul shit again, ever. Ever. Don't believe me? Go ahead and take care of a couple of them that way, and we'll see about that. And you know what? I've also got myself suspended from platforms for saying the truth, for saying that in the Constitution it claims that a person that commits treason in government could be hung. I said that one time, boom, right out. They threw me right out. I'm suspended because of violence. There's no violence. That's not violence. That's not violence. That's the law. It's what the law says will happen. I'm stating the facts, the truth. There is no me committing or causing violence or calling for violence. It's the law. What part of the law don't you? And like I said, this is the reason why they continue on, because the laws are not applied. A law is useless if no one gets convicted. Unbelievable. And let me guess, what I just said about Fauci and all that, that's not true? Even though you got people out there claiming it, talking about it, saying that all this was a bioweapon released on humanity, and that the injection is also another killer, that the vaccine is another killer, that there's not enough proof of that out there yet, right? So let me see it. Let me guess. Let's see how long this video will last. Let's see if YouTube decides, nope, that's not true. That's false information. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Because when the lawsuits come and all hell breaks loose, I want to be part of that. Yeah. I want to be part of that. I'm tired of crime. I'm tired of all these idiots that think that they're better and more man or more woman than anyone else in society. I'm sick of people thinking that they're invincible. I'm sick of people thinking that they're better than everyone else. I'm sick of people thinking that the laws don't apply to them, that they're above the law. Now tell me something. Now you tell me. You're going to sit there and tell me that you don't think those Clintons are corrupt as shit, some of the worst criminals in Washington? That Hillary alone, that woman right there, with that shit she did with those emails on that server and all that bullshit, that right there, I'm still wondering why that woman ain't in jail since that happened. I'm still wondering why. I'm waiting for somebody to give me an answer on that. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for why are the ones in the FBI that covered her shit ain't all in prison yet. I'm wondering why is that happening? Why is that still like that? Listen, Trump, you got a lot to do, man. You got a lot to do. But if you want this, you look at it this way. Mr. Trump, I'm going to tell you something. When you're going to stop a leak, right, you first have to stop the major leak before you can do the repair, right? How are you going to stop this crap in Washington? Start getting these people convicted first and then repair everything else. That way, what you repair doesn't get destroyed because the leak is still there. I mean, I ain't no genius, not my friend, but that's how you handle that. Because if there's a water leak in a house, I'm not going to start doing the repairs until I fix the leak. And that's the problem in Washington. If you want to fix that house, Congress, the Senate, and everything else, then you first must have to take the trash out. And the way to get the trash out is to put them in prison for their crimes. That's how you do that. There's no way around that. That's truth. That's the reality of it. Well, this will conclude this video of mine. And if it doesn't get censored or thrown off of YouTube or anything else, maybe you'll get to hear it. And if not, oh well. Eventually, they're going to have to let us be free to say what we got to say. Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to get to that point. And everybody that's out here censoring is going to feel the wrath of that real quick. And they're going to learn. They're going to learn, but it's the only way they're going to learn. So my fellow Americans, God bless you. God bless America. And let's keep the 8 ball rolling. Patriots, keep an eye on the ball. Have a good night.